Right, YouTube, it's Shadow King Nazru. I'm here with my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 82. So we start off where we last ended, with Toppo challenging Goku to an additional fight to the exhibition match of the Tournament of Power. Uh, because Toppo wants to see if Goku is evil or not, like everybody's starting to suspect, because this whole Tournament of Power thing was his idea, and now every universe is at risk of being destroyed by the Omni King, even though the Omni King was already going to destroy these universes, or at least 8 out of the 12 universes, before the Tournament of Power was even announced, so it's not really Goku's fault. And Goku agrees to this because he just wants a really good fight, because the Bergamo fight was not very satisfying to him. And we get to see that Toppo is basically an amalgamation of... Just imagine a Great Saiyaman, a Fu Manchu person, Winnie the Pooh, and Captain Ginyu fused together, and he jacked his arm on steroids, but forgot to bulk up his legs. And you pretty much got Toppo. So yeah, he's one of those guys who's kind of like the Power Rangers, who does a lot of poses and says he fights for justice and all that jazz. But all in all, I think he's kind of likable. Albeit a bit misguided and a little overzealous on the justice thing. But anyway, we do see that Goku fights with Toppo in the Super Saiyan form. Even though he could probably tell that Toppo's not some guy to be trifled with. So I don't know. So he probably should have been going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan from the get-go, but I guess Goku is just taking this lightly as usual. However, this kind of backfires at him as Toppo starts using moves like the Justice Tornado and the... What was the other moves? The one was Justice Crusher. Yeah, that was one of them, but he didn't use that until later. But yeah, but those were some of his moves. The Justice Tornado and the Justice Crusher. And so a lot of his moves have the words justice in it. But if he throws the words Justice Punch and Justice Kick, then Gohan's going to have to start pressing charges. Yes, I'm sure that some of you are wondering, if Toppo gets put into the Dragon Ball Xenoverse DLC or Xenoverse 3, will these moves probably be in the game? Chances are they probably will. And why when Goku thinks that he's starting to get his pace with Toppo gets behind him and puts him in a chokehold called the Justice Naked Rear Hold. The less we talk about that name, the better. And he starts to try to choke Goku. And I'm assuming that at this point he's willing to kill Goku because he feels that he's evil and he wants to eliminate all evil. And the Supreme Kai... Really, Toriyama? You couldn't give him a better name? Okay. And his God of Destruction, Vermout, are quite content with this. And the angel, whose name is Makarita, hey, Makarita. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I haven't done the Macarena in a long time. But anyway, the Vermout's angel is called Makarita. And she tells, he suggests to Universe 7 that Goku should forfeit, otherwise Toppo will kill him. And Whis thinks that that her sister is being rather condescending. So yes, this pretty much confirms that all the angels are related because they're the sons and daughters of the Grand Priest, or the Daishinkin, if you want to go by that. And I do like the contrast that uh, that Kai and Vermount seem to get along rather well, since they both admire justice. And I assume, I mean, as we see later, that Vermount has a pretty pleasant relationship with Toppo because he also serves justice. Where in contrast with Beerus, Goku, and the Supreme Kai of Universe 7, Beerus tends to get a little hot-headed and triggered a lot of times, and it kind of puts him in an antagonistic attitude towards people. So they gotta try to do extra hard to keep him in a good mood. But anyway, back to the fight between Goku and Toppo. Goku manages to break out of Toppo's chokehold using Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. It's almost like he should have been doing that from the get-go. And this is where the tables start to turn in Goku's favor. Where Goku proceeds to pretty much waste Toppo. And the fight really starts to kick the pace. We get a lot of fast action. Punches, kicks, and going all around the arena. And with the Omni King just being awed by it. I'm not sure if it was the present or the future one, though. But I'm pretty sure they were equally impressed. And Toppo tries to continue to strike Goku, but Goku uses the Warp Kamehameha to get the better of Toppo. So yeah, we finally got to see the Warp Kamehameha again after the Cell Saga. And Goku does about some moderate damage to Toppo, even tearing up his suit, and I think he might have bruised his shoulder. And Toppo considers this disgrace, since he says that if you destroy the Pride Trooper's outfit, you're practically defiling their own pride. Yeah, he's gonna be one of those guys. And he starts to try to power up to his full power, and Goku gets excited by this and uses the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken again. So, I think we can safely assume that Goku can use the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken, with better ease. I'm not sure if he's fully mastered it, but he's probably can do it at certain degrees of power without any repercussions to it. Maybe do a regular Kaioken, but I'm not sure if he can do a Kaioken times 10 or Kaioken times 20. Without any drawbacks. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, the Grand Priest cancels the match because he feels that if they continue the fight, that one of them will be killed. Toppo! And that would ruin the Tournament of Power. And the Omni King wanted his tournament to be as exciting as possible, allows this to happen. They allow it to happen. Gotta keep remembering there's two of them now. And the Grand Priest says that the exhibition match was a success. The Omni Kings were fairly impressed by it, and that they said that they would give the release date of the Tournament of Power. And it's basically going to take place in 5 ticks, which is about 40 hours in Earth time. So yeah, all those people was thinking that all the Z fighters are gonna train and be get some training with Whis to unlock some god power. Yeah, that's not happening. But honestly, seriously, people, what makes you think that was gonna happen? I mean, it took Goku and Vegeta like 6 or so months to learn how to use God Ki. You honestly think that these people who are actually weaker than them would have enough time to get ready to get God Ki by the time the Tournament of Power started? Do you honestly think the Omni King was going to wait like 6 or so months for that to happen? Come on, critical thinking, people. But anyway, everybody returns to their respective universes. But not before Toppo tells Goku that he's not going to shake his hand. Yeah, I forgot to mention that Goku offered his hand of friendship for the good match, because Toppo still thinks Goku is evil, and he also lets him know that if Goku can tie with Toppo, yeah, sure, Toppo, let's just pretend that was turning into a tie. Because it's not like Goku was wasting your ass after he went at full power and was also using the Kaioken. But yeah, Toppo says that if he can tie with him, he's got no chance against their greatest fighter, which is Jiren the Gray. That would be the big muscular gray alien that Goku fights in the intro. So yes, anime live reactions, you were wrong. This Jiren is still the guy that is going to be Goku's main adversary this saga. So, yeah, Goku is pretty much excited for fighting Jiren. However, Beerus thinks that is pretty much triggered by the fact that Goku is so carefree about this and wants to know if he has a plan to handle everything. But Goku says that everything should be fine once they get all the 10 fighters. However, Beerus still wants Goku to take this more seriously. Now, they should pretty much change this episode to people Goku triggers. I mean, he triggers Toppo, he triggers the gods, he triggers Beerus. Well, I mean, that also counts with the gods, but whatever. But Whis is the only one who's trying to keep the things civil and level-headed by saying that they need to focus on getting the team together. And Beerus tries to tell Whis to bribe the Grand Priest into excluding them from the tournament, which Whis, he doesn't get angry per se, he just gets what's the word? Annoyed. Yeah, that word. He gets more annoyed by Beerus' suggestion by that. So that's kind of like the closest we've seen to him to getting angry. Because Whis is usually level-headed and calm. That's pretty interesting. And let me see if this is going to cause any deterioration in the relationship between Beerus and Whis. But, yeah, that's pretty much where the episode ends off. All in all, I have to say this was a pretty good episode. We get to see that Toppo's personality, the interaction he has with the gods. Goku and Toppo's fight was pretty good, especially at the latter half of it. We got some more setup for the tournament, such as when it's going to take place and the build-up of Jiren, as while he might not be the leader of the Pride Troopers, he's their secret weapon. And we got to see how much Goku has improved late. We've also even got to see the contrast between how the gods interact with each other and how it differs from Universe 7's gods. So, next episode, we're going to be focusing on the birth of Bra, Bulma's second child, and the recruiting of Vegeta for the Tournament of Power. I'll catch you guys later.